All right, you guys, this is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and in this video, you really got to pay attention. This is critical. This is key. I don't care which prop firm you're using. What I'm about to show you is going to be one of the most critical steps in passing or failing the prop firm challenge. Let me say this right off the top. I know there's a lot of videos out there that's showing you how they pass the prop firm challenge in 1 day or 2 days, and that's fine. No problem. Good for you. The problem is, for many of you guys, it's going to cause you to fail. And you say, well, how is that possible? Let me show you what I mean. One of the biggest things, and let me go to the chart. I'm going to go to the charts because I'm in some live trades right now on this particular funded account challenge. So I'm going to show you step by step what I mean so that it makes sense to you. Now, again, for those who can pass it in the day, I have no problem with it. So don't comment on my video saying, oh, this, that. Hey, good for you. Okay. But the problem is most people's biggest problem in Forex trading or any other trading is one simple thing. We get too greedy. Notice what I said, we, because it includes me. Sometimes you'll stick to your rules, but then you'll see this particular setup and you begin to do what? Over leverage on it. So when we talk about people who's able to pass the prop firm challenge, I'm going to show you step by step why. That's fine if you can do that and you've been good at trading for a long time. But for most of you guys, you're just going to give your money away to the prop firms and they're happy to take it. Let's go so I can show you what I mean. All right, so I'm in some live trades right now. And what I'm paying attention to on here, they actually are giving you facts and data. Okay, they're giving you information. Okay, so I'm doing just I just started this one today, $25,000 prop firm challenge. Okay, and what I'm doing, I'm going to hit refresh and see where I'm at. Okay, so currently I'm up 19 bucks. So as you can see, it's a $25,000 challenge. And here's the key right here. Today's permitted daily loss. Now, a lot of the prop firm challenges are going to have what's called a daily loss limit, and they're also going to have an overall loss limit. The key is don't go past the daily loss limit. And what's unfortunate is you can still be in some trades, but if you go upside down, if there's a news event that comes out that pulls it in pullback or in drawdown, watch this. This is key. Even if the trade does not hit your stop loss, they are actively watching how much drawdown you are doing. And if it hits the daily loss limit, but not your stop, they can still kick you out as a failure. Did you hear what I say? Oh, this is big right here. This is huge. As a swing trader, I'm used to using big stop losses. I'm used to dealing with drawdown because I know eventually it's going to go right back up and go into where it's supposed to be. But when you're doing these prop firm challenges, that is not how it works, beloved. That is not how it works. The moment it goes into drawdown below your daily limit, even if it did not hit your stop loss and eventually turns around and go into major profit, it doesn't matter. You're still going to fail the challenge and you're going to have to pay again and again and again and again if you don't get this. And I don't know why nobody's talking about this. This again is why you need to follow me, because as a mentor, as a coach, I'm trying to help you guys to not have to keep coughing up money that you shouldn't have to cough up because nobody's explaining this stuff to you. You can clearly understand why these prop firms are making a boatload of money, because there's little loophole things that they can do to you and you didn't even know. So while you're saying, hey, but I didn't lose the trade, and look, it's in profit. Yeah, that's great. It's in profit now. But if it goes into drawdown below the daily limit that they give to you, you are still going to lose the challenge. And here's the bad part about it. You may not even know, because unless you're trading, watch this. Look at what I'm doing. I'm constantly keeping my eye. I'm going to hit this refresh again. Okay. I'm constantly keeping my eye on my trading balance, not just on the charts, which we're going to get to the charts. I'm going to show you some setups. And so you can see the trades I took that I'm currently in. This is happening now as we speak. This is not some recorded, where they can, draw it up and then hit the replay button. So, like they do with the traders trading view, where they do the lines and then they hit the fast forward or rewind button where, you can see it and you can see how it would have played out. No, I'm in these trades as we speak. So what you're looking at when you're seeing this right here, this is all literally trades that I'm in right now, which I'm going to take you to the charts and show you. But I'm showing you this video because this is critical. Here's the reason why I'm telling you this. Because I was in a challenge on another account and I didn't even, truth be told, here's the truth. You want to know the truth? Here's what happened. I was in another challenge with $100,000 account. Within 1 week, I traded that account up to $274,000 in a week. That's more than double the account. That's way more than what they asked for as far as passing the funded challenge. Am I correct? Yes, I'm correct. What was the problem? The problem is, as a swing trader, I'm used to drawdown. It doesn't scare me one bit. Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me because, again, I've been trading for a long time. I'm used to drawdown, especially when you're on the large account trading off of higher time frames. Drawdown is normal, right? But because I didn't pay attention to the daily limit, or I did, but I'm like, okay, as long as I don't get stopped out. Notice what I'm saying. Let me get my face real clear so y'all can see this. I'm telling you, this is how so many of you guys are going to fail the challenge and lose your money. And then you're going to email them and get mad and they're going to send you back a basic response and you're not really understanding what's going on. Here's what actually happened. The trades I took, I knew they were going to win. But what happens is if they go into drawdown first beyond the daily limit, even though the trades are active, they won't send you a notification. You got to check this dashboard to see whether you passed or failed. And they'll say, oh, you failed. I'm like, how in the heck did I fail? And the trades are still active. And by the time they played out, the account went up to $274,000 on a $100,000 test account. So I did more than did what I needed to do. That's not the point. The point is, if it goes into drawdown below this limit, whether it hits your stop or not, this is all they care about. Am I being extremely clear? Their overall loss amount that you can lose in total in drawdown on this $25,000 account is 10%. Now notice that I'm up $14, right? So notice that the price of this went up by $14. So it's a moving target. So the more you increase in profits, that 10% is 10% of the overall balance, not the starting balance. The starting balance was $25,000. Get what I'm saying? Starting balance was $25,000. So 10% overall loss was $2,500, and 5% of daily loss would have put it at $1,200. 5% daily loss, 10% overall. So you can lose up to 5% a day on whatever challenge account you have. That's not the problem. What they're not telling you is that doesn't mean whether it hits your stop loss or not. Do you get what I'm saying? Big difference. That's not being explained. This is drawdown limit, not stop loss limit. So even if it comes close to hitting your stop and then shoots up like a rocket because you're trying to trade the news, which is quite common, they'll pull it back, get you in the drawdown, and then you hit the news because you're like, man, I already know where this is going, and boom, that thing triples. Doesn't matter. If it hits this limit, not your stop loss. Because see, when I originally thought, I'm like, hey, man, okay, I get it. So I know where I'm doing. I've been trading for a long time. I know what's going on. So I'm thinking, okay, as long as it don't hit my stop loss for this amount. On a $100,000 account, which was more, right? So I'm like, okay, no big deal. No, that ain't how they count it, loved one. That is not how they count it. They are counting it on drawdown limit. And I wish they would change this from today's permitted loss to drawdown loss. And then that would be very clear to everybody. Not a stop loss, but a drawdown loss. And like I said, if you're not paying attention to your dashboard, guess what happens? They have already flagged it as you failed the challenge. Meanwhile, you still on your charts trading, thinking that you still good to go. Ain't that cold-blooded? I'm telling you, these people are, boy, I keep telling y'all, if I was a smart man, I would be opening up a broker account, a brokerage firm where people, and I'll advertise like the rest of them, all these low fees where you can just come in and y'all gonna pay me in pips to open up trades for you. And win or lose, you're gonna constantly keep coming back, refilling your account every week because the typical retail trader blows their account anyway. So guess what? I'll be making a boatload of money off of you just by you opening up your accounts, and I would have made money this way. Then I would have took that investment and flipped it over to the other side, right? I would have flipped it over to the other side and opened up one of these prop firms so that you not only are opening up an account with me as a broker, but now you're also doing business with my secondary subsidiary company, which is a prop firm where you are thinking that you're going to make money on me. And truth is, you never get past the phase 1 and phase 2 of the challenge because nobody's telling you this stuff here. That's cold. That's cold. Get what I'm saying? Okay. Notice here, it's saying I'm down $68, but up here, I'm not. See how they're doing things? See? You see this? How am I down $68? See, that was drawdown so far. But before it went into profit. See, I'm up $21 in profit. And see how this now went up to $25.21? This went up to $12.71. You see that? You see that? Okay. Now, I've already closed the trade. I opened up one, and I'll show you this trade momentarily because I'm going to go to the charts. I opened up a trade, and then I said, I really don't like it, but I did close it up in $2 profit. Okay. So overall, here's what my target is on this $25,000 account. In order for me to pass the challenge, the first phase of the challenge, I have to earn $22,000, okay, which is not, that's very easy to do. And I have to do a minimum of 5 trading days. So even if I pass this in 2 days, what I'm going to do is just trade for the rest of the days with a penny, just to make sure, hey, this account ain't being touched, and I just pass it in whatever, okay? So if you do get to that level where you pass it in the first day, the other thing they're not telling you is you got to still keep trading for a minimum of 5 trading days, right? So I don't know what they mean by that. I'm going to still figure that part out. But in the meantime, I can take a penny a day on a trade just to protect my account once I pass by the $2,000 limit. What they require on phase 1. Okay. So let's get to the charts. Oh, by the way, see, here's the trade. I used a half a lot size, but then I decided, and you'll see why I did it. I decided, you know what, I'm going to find a better setup. And so therefore I closed it at basically break even, but I made $2. And so therefore, guess what? Of the profit target of $2,000, I made $2 on it. Okay. So that's where that came from. All right. So now let's go to the charts. And let me show you what I mean. All right, so right now you see I'm in, and these trades, by the way, if you're not in the signals group, you've already missed out on a couple of signals I sent out. So if I go to this is the 1 hour time frame. This is using my simplicity, what the sexy analyst combination. Very easy to trade. There's just no way you can't see this stuff. Okay, no way. Here's the arrow telling me, hey, there's a sale. By the way, this arrow right here, this if you're not in the signals group, you're missing out many different ways, not only on signals, but also this daily dot indicator. That's what this star is. People ask me about it all the time. Hey man, what's this star indicator? Well, it's a custom indicator that I built years ago, and I give it to the members of the signal service for free so that it helps you to also identify spots and levels on the daily without having to be on the daily charts. So even if I'm on a 15-minute, I still know where the daily levels are. The hidden daily levels are right here. I can go to any chart time frame and I can see where the daily levels are. See, I can see it right here. And that's why the price boop, boop, and bounced and went up. See, I was able to see it, even though I'm on the 30-minute chart. See what I'm saying? 1 hour chart, same thing. I can see the daily level. See, here's that level. And that's why when it came up here, it started going down. When it hit here, boom. And look at this. Very easy. So when you add the daily dot with the simplicity and my sexy analyst, those three are just a deadly team. And it just makes trading so visually easy. So all of these charts, I'm just utilizing the 1 hour time frame just to do these. Okay, so let me show you this. So basically, as you can see, I'm in 2 positions right now. Now this is important. What is the most important part of this trade, do you think, that I was calculating? Let me show you guys something right here. And this is very simple, something I threw together. Just a little cheat sheet thing, which I'm going to customize a little bit more. But basically on this sheet, I have what currency pair I'm trading, whether it was a buy or sell, what time frame, because I usually like trading off the 1 hour or 4 hour time frame. So I put a check mark there and then win or loss, okay? But the key is, which I got to add another category in there, is right here. You see this right here? This is where I'm writing down with a dry erase, man, and I just laminated this paper, dry erase, and next to it is telling me, watch this. I need to know this. This is more important than the trade. I need to know my drawdown limit. So if it comes up to this level and actually hits my stop or comes into drawdown to this level, all right. I have 2 positions. Each one of these have the exact same stop loss. So how much is that? $108 each. That makes it $216. So that is on this list, okay? Then the next one, watch this. Let's go to, let me see, GU. I'm in GU, okay? All right, notice that in GU, I'm only down by how many pips? I got 2 positions. The first one is down by 3.1 pips, and the second one is only down by 1/4 of a pip, okay? Right? So I need to know, let me make these even. All right, there we go. How much am I going to lose or going to draw down possibly if these things pull back? Okay, to this level, one is $154, and let me move that out the way, and the other one is $82. So 154, watch this. 154 plus 85, I'll just say 85 bucks. That's $230, right? Okay, plus 216. Where am I at? $455 so far. So what am I doing? I'm keeping an eye on these creepy, sneaky people because I need to know that if all hell goes loose, if I go into drawdown, because even sometimes they will pull it, they will draw you down and get close to your stop loss. And I know if you've been trading for a while, this probably happened to you. It'll come right close to your stop loss and then turn around and you'll be like, oh, praise God, I didn't lose. But you could have lost the funded challenge, even though it didn't hit your stop. So not only am I judging this based for my stop loss amount that I could potentially lose, but also to keep in mind, if it goes backwards and come close to my stop loss, what drawdown am I going to be in? So far, we're good to go. We're only at 400 some bucks, right? All right, so I'm still in positions. I got some more positions, so let's go to another one I'm in. Okay, here's another one. See, I'm up 10 pips on this one. Okay, this is to Euro JPY. I'm sorry, Euro NZD. I got my arrow. I got in late. I should have got in up here. Dang, I would have got in better, but that's okay. All right, so either way it goes, this is heading down. Here's my target. Right? So what do I want to do? Now that this is going down, by the way, let me pull this down even more above the resistance level here to reduce my risk exposure. And it's only 115 bucks on that. Okay. You getting it? So far it puts me about a 460 or something like that, 470. Okay. And yeah, that was it. So I'm in those 3 positions. Okay. So the bottom line is, everybody's worried about how much money you can make and how to pass the challenge quickly. The problem is, do you see how I'm making my judgments? I can care less about trying to go too fast to beat the challenge in a day, because all it takes is one news event. And even if this thing comes up and does not hit my stop, if I'm too over leveraged on the position, I can still lose the challenge, even if it does not. And I repeat, even if it does not hit my stop. But if my lot sizes are too big and I go into drawdown and it goes past that limit, that daily limit of 1,250 bucks, even if it turns back around And I killed the challenge the same exact day. I beat the challenge the same exact day. Even if I do that, it doesn't matter. I still lost. I hope this video was helpful. I will see you in the next one. By the way, again, if you need help passing the challenge, because some of these signals I've already sent out to the signals group and they should be making money on it. I have one student who said he didn't already pass, which, by the way, he used my simplicity system and the sexy and the same setup that I have. So he purchased those from us, and he said, man, I done passed the challenge at least 3 times. 3 different challenges already for funded accounts using our trading system. So you can check that out. Or if you don't have time to trade and you just want our signals, then go ahead and join our signals group and you'll be good to go. But either way it goes, we can help you get profitable and pass these challenges. But again, knowledge is powerful. Oh, by the way, let me go to one more thing, because I did promise you guys I'll show you what I did. All right, so let's look at GU. Number one, it's still a USD pair. So I'm in a GU, I'm in the USD CAD, right? Okay. But then I was also in NZD USD. That's 3 pairs that has one common denominator in it, which is the USD. I don't want to have that much exposure to the USD in case news comes out. You hear what I'm saying? If news comes out, then it can spike this pair and I can lose all 3 in one whop, because I'm exposed to too many different pairs. So I have said, you know what, that's too many, let me back off. Number 2, the other thing I don't like, you see how far away, watch this. This is just me for safety's sake. You see how that was a nice, and it can continue to trend up. I expect this thing to go up. But the problem is with me, I didn't like it because, look at GU, see how close, here's my baseline, here's my home base. All right, let me kind of move these 2 stops together so they have similar stop limits. Okay, see how this is close to the base of the trend line, my daily dot, and my support levels. All these tools are available when you get the simplicity system and the sexy analyst. Okay, if you're in the signals group, of course you get the daily dot as well, which is a phenomenal tool. I have been using it for years. I don't even trade without it. I really don't. I don't look at these charts. I don't touch them without it. I love the daily dot. Okay, but look at how close this is to the support level. Okay, so therefore, the closer to the support level, the more comfortable I feel, because I can reduce my exposure in the trade because my stop loss isn't too far away from the base. In this situation, look at how far up this candle is from the base. So if I had to choose between the 2, I would choose the one that was closer to the support level so that I'm reducing my risk on the trade. Okay, for an example, let's go here. Okay, see how close this is to the base? That's the reason I chose it. Okay, now I could choose this one too. This is also another sexy setup. You see what I'm saying? This is USD Swiss. I would love to take this trade. Look at that, right off the 4 hour, which this one I might take a small. Since my risk is so far below the limit, and I did the total, by the way, of all my positions, I'm only risking $608, which means I'm risking, watch this. What is my daily loss limit? 1,250, right? Notice they haven't even corrected this. This was the drawdown. I've already cleaned it up. I'm already past it. I'm in profit. But they haven't cleaned this up, have they? Have they? Now I'm up $50. See? In profit. Notice that my daily loss limit has went up. My overall limit has went up. But notice what they haven't cleaned up, because they're still hoping that I'll tap that 1250 limit, and then they still got me. Are you seeing what I'm saying, family? The moment you go in any drawdown, they're counting that drawdown. And it doesn't matter, even if the trade turns around and take profit and you can blast through it in a day. Problem is, if that thing going in a drawdown and touches this limit, even if it does not hit your stop, even if it doesn't hit your overall limit, you still gonna get tapped out, fam. You're gonna get tapped out. And you're gonna be pissed. Are you seeing why this video is so freaking important? Can you understand why now I don't want to be in multiple trades? All of these setups look perfect. Okay, which, by the way, if I did want to take this one, I still got $600 and some, right? But I'm not going to sit there and take a full position. Okay. I can do like maybe 30 cents on this. I'm going slow. I'm not trying to rush to pass it in the day. Could I pass it in the day? Absolutely. All I have to do is throw a couple of lots on this, on one of these positions. I can pass it in one trade. I can pass it in one trade. I like everybody else. Problem is, what if this thing pops back up in the drawdown and I'm too heavy? What if this thing from right here pops up and just retests it right here and I'm too heavy? It hasn't hit my stop. It just retested, which it will do, and I'm too heavy. I then failed the challenge, even though I was right, and this thing could possibly drop all the way down here. I'm not doing that. So even with this, look, how much am I risking? $50. So now, if I add that number up, I told you I was at 608. Okay, so let's do the math, and I'll close this video out. I'm helping you guys because I know you're not being told this. 608 is my original loss limit, aka drawdown limit. I don't care if it hits my stop or not. It's the drawdown I'm concerned about, because notice how they're tallying it. Okay, 608 plus, just say $50, and I'm at $658. So even with the $68 that they have not corrected yet, because it went in drawdown for just $68. Now that I'm in profit, notice they have not corrected the 68. They're still counting that. So therefore, $68 plus this. So let's add on the 68, and that puts me at $726. If we subtract $1,250, that means I still got $524 to play with comfortably without losing the challenge on just my daily limit. And I'm not going to touch this. So basically, here's what I suggest you do. If you're going to take trades, let it go up to, let your loss limits be up to your drawdown / stop loss limits be no more than a third up to half of that daily limit. Okay, because even if a news event comes out and puts you in drawdown and it hasn't hit your stop, you're going to lose. Now, do you see why so many people are failing the funded challenges? You see now? Ridiculous. All right. God bless you. I pray that this was helpful, and I will see you on the next video.